For some reason, my friend Tracy and I found ourselves at the entrance to the Charouleau Gap Trail. This is bad. I muttered the words that were a familiar echo from a past life. I remembered a hairy situation in my previous line of work, a moment when I believed things were about to go sideways, and they did. To me, it was a full-blown crisis, but to the veterans around me, it was just another day at the office, a manageable challenge that we ultimately navigated safely. Here, though, at the entrance to the gap, there were no seasoned pros to offer a calming word or a knowing glance. It was just Tracy and I, and my lone Polaris RZR Trail S. We attempted this trail before and got some great videos, but after further review, I knew we could do better and go further. I knew deep down that tackling the gap with just the two of us was not such a great idea. Every online forum, every YouTube video, every warning from an experienced off-roader screamed, "Don't go alone." Yet, here we were, two middle-aged men with a shared thirst for adventure and a stubborn refusal to let the old man in. The initial stretch of the trail was a deceptive warm-up, rocky and bumpy, but nothing too intimidating. Then came the real test. The jagged rock gardens, the axle twisting washouts were a real test. Each time the Trail S teetered on two wheels, its engine whining in protest, my stomach lurched. I'm gonna roll this thing, I thought to myself, several times. I envisioned the sickening crunch of metal, the shame of having to call for a rescue, and the long, hot, dusty walk out. But Tracy, with his characteristically calm demeanor and encouraging words, helped me feel more comfortable and more confident, so we pushed on. At least I knew he would have to take that walk with me. So, here's some clips of the more challenging spots that come ahead. So, this is a little scary for me, but we're going to try to get some video of us going over some of these first bumps. I don't know how easy it's going to be. I hope I don't tip over. So let's find out. Wasn't too bad. Looks like we're going to go around a corner here. Oh, all right, that looks kind of scary up there. I think this is where we ended last year.
Right there?
Yeah.
Seems like this took a lot longer.
I don't know that I can get over that. You think I can get over it?
Well, shit, not if you don't.
Let me get out and look. about this. It would be nice to have an experienced rider here. That one scared me a little bit, but now up there, I don't know. I'm gonna walk up and take a look at that one.
That scared me a little bit. I wasn't even in the rig.
Even though the gap ultimately proved impassable for us that day, our attempt was far from a failure. As we pushed my Trail S through incredibly demanding terrain, navigating treacherous rock gardens and steep inclines, I felt a sense of accomplishment. We may not have reached the very end of the trail, but we emerged with an even deeper appreciation for the ruggedness and beauty of the Sonoran Desert and the Catalina mountain range. Maybe someday I will attempt the entire trail, but for now, I have so many other adventures to go on and so many other places to explore. We've got night fishing for stripers in Lake Mojave, a 2-day kayak overnighter up in Glen Canyon near the Grand Canyon, and my annual trip to Forks, Washington for some amazing salmon fishing. Can't wait. Okay, so let's see if this is just as hard on the way out as it was coming in.
That's the way you came up?
Later that night, with our favorite cigars in hand, a bourbon for me and a vodka for Tracy, we found ourselves reminiscing. We talked about some of the wilder, bad situations from our old careers, a conversation that inevitably led us to realizing we are not getting any younger, that's for sure. But this adventure, even with the share of "that scared me a little" moments, was a powerful reminder. The spirit of exploration doesn't have an expiration date. There's still so much out there to see, so many trails to traverse, lakes to fish, and so many adventures waiting to be lived before we have no choice and truly do let that old man in. Looking back at the bad situations in life, whether on a dusty trail or in a demanding career, often aren't as terrifying as they first appear. Sometimes it just takes a different perspective, a bit more experience, or simply the courage to keep going. We are not getting any younger, but that doesn't mean we have to surrender to the comforts of the familiar. This adventure, with all its heart-stopping moments, was a stark reminder. There's still so much to explore, so much to learn, and so many trails left to conquer. For instance, later this month, we'll be doing some night fishing on Lake Mojave. The next month, a 2-day overnighter kayak trip in Glen Canyon. And, probably at the end of October, my annual trip to Forks, Washington for some pretty spectacular salmon fishing. As I'm narrating this, I looked up at my computer screen and I just thought to myself, wow, this is some beautiful desert and mountains. Look at that. I just can't get enough of this place. I'm hovering over an area where there's no roads and I have no idea how to get there. I think I'm gonna try though. Please subscribe to my channel and give it a like. Also, leave a comment and let me know what you think and offer up any other ideas of adventures that you would like me to take and share with you all. I hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed making it. And as always, my name is Pat Lowe and this is P. Lowe's Adventures.